to track the story where Mamata Banerjee has made some serious charges against the army and the central government, and now the MO's defense minister, as well as the army, has hit back with proof of these letters seeking permission from authorities in West Bengal for conducting such exercises across the state of West Bengal at these toll plazas. Let's open this up further. At this point of time, I have with me my colleague Paulami Saha with those documents, my colleague Madhav, who's joining us with representatives of the Congress and the BJP from Vijay Chowk, as well as my colleague Tapas, who's going to bring us the version of the government in West Bengal. Tapas, Paulami was just speaking to us about those documents which have been shared with us by the army that very clearly show that the Principal Secretary of Transport in West Bengal, apart from that, several people in the police have received these documents from the army, Tapas, that say there will be exercises being conducted. Then why is it that the government over there says no permission was sought and this was not a coordinated exercise with the army and the state government? Mamata Banerjee now needs to explain. Tapas.
Well, absolutely. So Mamata Banerjee has been making a lot of allegations since yesterday. She said that the army personnel were collecting money from the, standing at the toll tax and also disrupting the functioning of the vehicles plying on the road. No permission was granted to the army. Army did not intimate the local administration. But all these allegations are baseless. That's what the GOC, officiating GOC Bengal area from Indian Army has said. And these are the bunch of letters that I have written to the Howrah Police Commission.
That's right, Tapas. We'll just connect with you once again. Seems to be an issue with the link. But Madhav, if I can come back to you, unfortunate politics really playing out over this issue. The fact that it has been maintained and there is track record that this has actually been a routine exercise, Madhav. It happened last year as well in November, as we heard the Eastern Command there tell us, in the same spots as this year around. It's extremely unfortunate to see how Mamata Banerjee has raked this issue up and made it very political. Madhav.
Well, yes, certainly the TMC raising this issue in Parliament and clearly, of course, not allowing houses to function. Clearly, of course, the government opposing what the TMC says on the floor of the House, saying that it's irresponsible of Mamata Banerjee and the TMC to make such statements and allegations against the army, which are completely baseless, given the fact that army had followed all due procedures and clearly there was no such instruction as far as the centre is concerned or the allegations that the TMC is trying to level against it. So clearly, this is an issue that is going to see the deadlock in Parliament continuing. It is an issue that is dominating proceedings, and clearly the TMC, being very vocal on this matter, is seeing functioning of both houses of Parliament drastically impaired today in terms of this particular issue. Clearly, we will have to see at 12 o'clock when the House does reconvene whether TMC members will want to discuss this matter or whether it will continue to be really the opposition parties who will continue to disrupt the House, as was, of course, on expected lines. But Mamata Banerjee, of course, continuing in the Secretariat there, that, of course, leads to a situation where certainly there is a lot of pressure on the centre as well.
Right.
And despite the fact that perhaps the army may be withdrawing from that area, in terms of its impact here at the centre, that is what is being felt in Parliament.
Right. Madhav, stay with us. Paulami, coming back to you, you know, voices are now beginning to come in that this is nothing more than paranoia on part of Mamata Banerjee. Yesterday, she thought of that plain conspiracy, a plot to perhaps kill her. Today, she's saying this is a coup against her establishment in West Bengal. This victimization of your own self is actually coming from Mamata Banerjee herself, because the fact is the defense minister, the MO's defense and the army all on the same page and with facts this time around.
Absolutely. The facts have been presented by the army to the media. We've accessed them first over here on NewsX. And these are those permission letters, Akshay, that we've been talking to our viewers about constantly. We have those permission letters that the army wrote to every department concerned within the West Bengal administration, to the city police in Kolkata city as well, in Howrah city as well, in order to seek permission for this exercise that they wanted to conduct across 19 locations in West Bengal. At the time, the original dates were the 28th, 29th and the 30th of November, but the city police told them that it would not be possible to assist them in this exercise on the 28th of November because of a Bharat Bandh call given by the opposition parties, and that's why they shifted the dates to the 1st and 2nd of December. These are those permission letters. Here is the first permission letter written to the Principal Secretary of the Transport Department.
Yeah.
This letter has been received by the Transport Department as well. So there is a receipt stamp which has been put on it as well. So Mamata Banerjee army and her establishment cannot claim that the army did not intimate them about this exercise.
Yes, and also uniquely enough, Paulami, this is not just about West Bengal. We've seen this exercise being conducted in other parts of the state as well. While it happened in West Bengal last year, Bihar was mentioned, Uttar Pradesh was mentioned, Jharkhand was mentioned. So this exercise is not new. So why this paranoia? It seems like TMC is just raking up just another issue to try and derail, of course, what's happening in the parliament, to try and derail that discussion, because as many would say that TMC per se has been really hit hard with demonetization.
Absolutely, because the fact is that Mamata Banerjee, the allegation against her is that she spotted a political opportunity in this demonetization drive which was launched by the Prime Minister on the 8th of November. And since then, what she's been trying to do is sustain the momentum. She's losing the momentum possibly on the demonetization drive, and hence yesterday this entire conspiracy theory about the fact that, you know, a flight wasn't allowed to land in Kolkata airport simply because of the fact that it had run out of fuel, and, you know, there was a threat to her life. There were emergency services that seemed to have been pressed into action at Kolkata airport, and she felt that the flight would have crashed if at all, it did not make that kind of priority landing. But the fact of the matter is, Indigo came out and categorically stated they had sufficient fuel to not just hover over Kolkata airport, but also possibly make a diversion, if at all not possible to land in Kolkata, to Bhubaneswar, which is the nearest airport. And today she's come out with this theory that the army possibly is launching a coup in West Bengal.
That's right. So if there is actually a threat of sorts, Mamata Banerjee perhaps should come out with further evidence of it, because of course the army and the defense minister have hit back this afternoon.